Hi, guys.
And welcome back to Awkward Stage.
The podcast. Which,
and vodcast if you're watching us.
if you're watching us,
Which
vodcast.
you should, because...
Yeah, because 15 other people do every week.
And we are a sight to
And you
see.
want to know what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you guys hear that? That's our guest.
Today we have a very special guest. We have been waiting for this episode ever since the podcast
Since
started.
the very beginning.
It's Miss Anastasia Narinskiy.
Yay!
Comedian. We have to introduce
We have to intro her. Comedian, writer,
Actress.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Activist.
Actress should have been first.
Okay.
Let's try
No,
again.
comedian should be first.
Okay. Comedian.
Comedian.
Actress.
And then writer.
Influencer.
And then-
Influencer, yeah.
Yeah.
Writer.
Beauty vlogger.
Beauty vlogger. Mother.
Op-ed writer for the New York Times.
Ooh.
What's
that's the
your
first.
latest?
It's just like, are we doing too much good for the planet? We should talk about it.
That's an important topic.
I think that
I
maybe
would
we are.
argue, yes.
Yeah.
I would argue
I say
we are.
let it
That's
burn, baby.
why we are drinking out of these plastic bottles today.
Shh, 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 shh.
We're making a statement.
Well, that's about hygiene because you can't trust the water coming out of the out of my water filter.
No.
This is Nicole's conspiracy podcast.
Oh my God, can we please have a conspiracy podcast? The first thing I want to talk about is Scientology, although that's not a conspiracy. That's just a fact that they're a fucked up
That they're
club.
a beautiful religion.
Yes. That's the conspiracy.
Yeah.
If you
That's my other op-ed.
If you talk to a Scientologist, they say all that shit you've heard is wrong.
false.
Is wrong.
Yeah. So maybe we should have
But if
one
you talk to a
on.
Christian, they don't say all that shit you've heard is wrong. They
No.
say, yeah,
They
but
say, actually, today I was driving behind probably a Christian, very likely, because I was getting really close to the car and there was a sticker on the back of the car that said, "Are you this close to Jesus?" Yeah.
And what did you answer?
No, and I probably should be. So they turned me.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. No,
Welcome.
fuck Jesus.
Oh.
imagine being so sure of the afterlife that in this life you could just scream, fuck Jesus.
Let's all do it together.
Well, you know what's interesting about Judaism
Oh.
is that they don't believe in an afterlife.
Oh.
So the whole philosophy is, or philosophy, religion, faith,
Yeah, whatever.
is to be a good person here because you're here.
While you have the chance.
Because
That's good.
You should just be a good person, not for fear of hell or hope of heaven.
I like
That's
that.
not the whole point of Judaism,
Yeah.
but it's in there.
Well, that's all I know about Judaism.
Listen, same.
But then
No, I know more.
what is their theory on...
No, I know more too.
No, I know a lot. I know a lot more.
I actually know a lot more.
Yeah. I've been to Israel.
Did you go on one of those trips where you
birthright
have
trip?
to birthright trip? Wait,
Yes,
is
I did.
that where you met Harris?
No, but that's where Harris's brother met his
Oh,
wife.
It works.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Can I go?
No, the cutoff is 26.
Oh.
Actually, think they have one for geriatrics.
Maybe you could go as a counselor.
You could. You could. I don't know how they would respond.
I mean, I could try.
Yeah, like a chaperone.
They do have chaperones. That is a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris and I have been talking. Chris is my husband, podcast listeners. We're all,
New husband.
he's brand new. Just so you guys know, Anastasia's our friend. So if this
Oh.
seems overly
Yes.
casual and friendly, that's why.
Yeah.
Or if it seemed awkward to you, then
Great.
I don't know what to tell
well, that's
you.
the podcast.
That is what
the
this is
podcast.
about.
So Chris and I, my husband, my brand new husband, have been talking a lot about like, well, our kids should probably have some kind of religion, but like we don't know what because neither of us follow a religion. So we've been like strongly like considering making up our own religion, but then we're worried like, oh, we're gonna be that family that's a cult.
Yeah.
You immediately went to cult?
Well, I don't know, like
We're worried that we'd be that family
That's a cult.
started a cult.
but you know, like, oh, what religion are you? Oh, we're like the Creole religion.
Dubois.
Okay, great. The
Dubois cult.
the Dubois Cliffords are
Dubifford.
starting another cult.
Okay, but I mean, in this world that we're living in, I might be swayed to live in a cult like that, like a little community.
Yeah.
And we have each other's backs.
Okay, but we don't know that that's what this cult is.
Yeah, what is
Right.
this
I think
cult?
you're thinking commune.
Oh, yeah.
I would live in a commune.
Right?
We've talked about
Like,
this.
should we all get houses
Yes.
like Chris?
We should get a
and-
big plot of land.
Yes.
I want a garden.
Yes.
Wait, why'd you say like Chris?
Did I say Chris? Oh, I meant like Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian.
You know how Chris has that commune. Oh, Nicole doesn't know about it.
I wasn't gonna tell. Wasn't supposed to tell you.
Wait, Kris Jenner has a commune?
Well, no, but her and Khloe
Well,
Kardashian live on the
honestly-
like.
they bought
yeah.
like land together and
Yeah.
they built their new houses so that they're like can just cross their backyard.
Yeah,
and
that's
be
one
each
thing I
other's.
would never do with my family.
Okay,
with
but
us,
with friends.
chosen
With
so
friends.
you have yeah.
With friends.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own house, and then we build like a community house in the middle that we
Yes.
can like have movie night if we want, or board games if we want, or like dinner together if
Yes.
we want.
Yeah.
And then you
and
know
we can watch each other's pets and children.
And then
yeah.
and then everyone has to have sex with who's ever president.
Oh,
Yes,
see, you went one
you.
too far. you were on board.
And then we brand each other
Oh,
with the family crest.
what's the family crest?
Ooh,
It's just a portrait of Chris. We are starting a cult.
yeah.
Okay, I think
I
that's
like
beautiful.
that. We switched. If you guys have noticed, for those who are watching, for those lucky few who are watching, we switched studios, and we usually have a full team of producers around us who will sometimes chime in on like the topics
Yeah, like
that
hey,
we're talking
move
about.
move past the cult.
Yeah, but today we're on our own, and I love that we're just like going for it.
Well,
We're
listen,
unhinged.
I don't think that they would have anything to say about
No.
this.
No.
They'd be like more on the cult
They'd
stuff.
be like, "Where can I send my grandma's silver?"
Yeah.
yeah.
Please never get to her awkward stage.
Oh my god.
But
Okay.
where do we know you from, Anastasia Narinskiy? We know you from the comedy scene. Oh, there it is.
Alina's doing accents.
That's
We've
what
been waiting for
we
it.
know you from the comedy scene.
We know you from the comedy scene. That's British.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can also do
It is.
Boston.
Will you do Irish?
Irish goes like this. We have Anastasia Narinskiy. Wait, that's on a Dutch.
Yeah, that was Dutch. That was a perfect Dutch accent.
Irish.
Okay.
Oh,
That was a
Irish.
Irish. Oh man, now I can't do it.
Can
Irish.
someone who's listening
Would
in
you like
Ireland?
to grab a pint? Or would you like to grab a pint?
Would you like to grab a pint?
Would you like to
You
grab
want to go to the bar with me?
I want to go to the bar.
I'm a dairy girl.
Would
Do
you
guys
like
watch that
to
show?
join our commune?
Great.
Oh, I got it now. Would you like to join our commune?
Would you like to join? Would you like to join our commune?
Would you like to join our?
Join our commune. Listen, I won the Voice and Speech Award at my acting school.
Did you really?
I was just going to ask about that.
Yes, I did. I have a plaque somewhere. Yeah,
Bring it to LA.
it's in LA, I think. No, I don't know.
What were the other awards?
So there's like, this is really, there was like best overall, which I didn't
Fuck
win.
is that?
And there
Just
was
like the best actor.
So yeah, it's like but it's like best like grades in every class. It's like
Boring.
and also probably like best actor. Like the two people because it's like a boy and a girl win each award.
Yeah.
There's best overall. There's most improved, which is shady, and there's best in voice and speech.
Oh, there's only 3?
Yeah,
Wow.
And you won one of them?
and I won voice and speech,
So-
which was a shock.
The person that won most improved, did they start terrible?
No, they were lovely. And you know what's crazy is that person is arguably the most successful person in our year now.
Wow.
Their name is Vico Ortiz. They're on that pirate show on HBO.
I wonder,
It's called Our Flag Means Death.
that's what I meant.
It's really good.
I wonder if they keep improving and improving or they reached an improvement.
Did they win most improved? I want to say that they did, and which like means nothing because they truly were incredible from day one.
Oh.
They were
That
one of my
is
first
a
roommates.
shady award.
That is a. Oh.
Yeah, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like they want to give 2 awards for good actors,
Yeah.
and they need to figure out a way to do it.
Do it.
They're
It's-
and
sponsored
then just
awards
whoever
too.
talks the goodest.
And then it's like, yeah, the voice and speech teachers vote, I think, on that one. And it's whoever does the voice and speech class the best.
Well, it's no surprise to me that you want it.
It's like best voice for theater, I think. That's what they call it.
And now we have the honor of having your voice on our podcast.
So let's bring it down just a little bit.
And you did do theater recently.
I just did play, yeah.
How was that for you?
It was really fun. I hadn't done a play in a really long time.
Because you do all the comedy all
Because I've
over
been
town.
focusing on comedy so much.
And you're so good at it.
This holiday season, I'll be giving thanks to our friends over at Manscaped. Everyone loves turkey and stuffing, but you'll be looking like dessert with the help of Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming have blessed you with the ultimate Thanksgiving dinner topic. Tell your in-laws about your new cutting-edge ball trimmer and get yourself or the men in your life the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Trim your pumpkins by going to manscaped.com and use code AWKWARDSTAGE for free shipping and 20% off. I recently gifted the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 to a friend who I shall not name because I thought he could use it, and he was very happy and reported back to me about his happiness because he spent years hurting his balls by using the wrong trimmers. Okay, his name's Joey. Inside the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. Wow, this makes me want to have balls. As if this wasn't enough, it's time to do the dishes with Manscaped's shower products. Lather some of Manscaped's refined body wash on their brand new signature body buffer and give yourself the lather and rinse your body deserves. Lose the loofah and exfoliate your mates. I'm telling you guys, gifting Manscaped is the ultimate hack to become the family favorite. And isn't that what we all want? Get 20% off and free shipping with the code AWKWARDSTAGE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code AWKWARDSTAGE. That's AWKWARDSTAGE. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this episode.
Wow.
I'm going to take a hard left.
Yeah.
Anastasia, where'd you grow up?
I grew up on the outskirts of Cleveland, Ohio.
Ooh.
Like 40 minutes east in a town called Bainbridge.
Bainbridge.
It's so small, it's called a township, not a town.
Oh.
Wait.
What's the difference?
It's just like it can't be like our address, the mailing address isn't Bainbridge.
I see.
It's the town next to us.
Okay.
Which is Chagrin Falls. Beautiful town. It's like Main Street, USA is
Okay.
Chagrin.
Okay.
There's like a waterfall. There's a popcorn
It's like
shop
Gilmore
from like the
Girls?
1800s. Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
You grew up in Gilmore Girls.
Kind of. But like in Ohio version.
When do you think was your biggest awkward stage growing up in Ohio?
Okay.
Or unless it was not there.
Well, here's the thing. So I moved to America when I was 4.
That's awkward.
From Russia, which is so awkward right now. I do not support Vladimir Putin. And so I was raised by immigrant parents in a country where they didn't know the language to begin with.
Wow.
So like I grew up in America. I've spoken English since I was probably 5, 4 and a half, whatever. You learn so fast when you're young.
Yeah.
And I went to this Jewish private school and I had no friends.
Oh, no.
And I had one friend actually who's now doing comedy out here.
That's
Wait, we should meet up.
I filmed a sketch with her.
the
Oh.
comedy
Isn't that
people
crazy?
should- yeah, that is a crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
Because we like lost touch when I moved away from that school in like 4th grade. And then we ended up having the same journey.
Maybe that was
crazy.
like the 6 months where humor developed in your brains.
Maybe.
And then
Yeah.
that's why you guys like got along.
But I remember like in 1st grade, I sideways skipped into class in like a big poofy dress. So I think I've just been very strange.
Like your whole life.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to backtrack for a second. Why did your parents go to Ohio?
So
good
they
question.
filed for refugee status in Russia. So it was like they just needed to get out as fast as possible. And it was like you couldn't leave Russia. So they were just filing as Jewish refugees to like every country. They were filing for refugee status to any other country that, because what a lot of people were doing was sending their kids away to boarding schools in different countries. And my parents were like 29 and 30 and had
wow.
3 little kids.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not going to like have our kids grow up without us, because Russia was very spooky at the time.
Spooky. Wait, sidetrack. The 3 of us were in Vegas.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait, hold that thought because I'm going to tell this story really quick.
Okay, yeah.
3 of us were in Vegas and we were, I wouldn't even call it gambling at the casino. We were playing slots. I mean, it is gambling, but we're not
I
like,
think at this point it was like 4 a.m. and we were
yes.
having like one last glass of wine
Yes.
and then heading back to our hotel room.
yeah, but it was just the 3 of us left of
Yeah.
like a group of 20
yeah.
women.
So we were walking back through the casino and this guy approaches Anastasia. What did he even say?
I don't know. He just came up and was
like-
just like, "Hey, girls."
Yeah.
And-
Anastasia screamed and she goes, "Ah, spooky!"
okay, but it was spooky because COVID and he wasn't wearing a mask
Yes.
and he came up
And the
real
man.
close to my face.
Yeah.
The reaction to just go, "Ah, spooky!"
I had also had a lot of wine.
The man was too stunned to
It
speak.
was just so genuine, but then like it wasn't like creepy or like I don't want to talk to you. It was like, oh, spooky.
But so Russia was spookier than that.
Russia was very spooky. The mob was controlling everything.
Yeah.
It was still under a communist regime, and it was bad. And you couldn't like be earning your own money. And my mom was, because she's very smart. And you couldn't do anything with your money. You can't like have a bank account. You can't buy stuff because everything, you have to wait in a line for everything. Because it's communist. I mean, you get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I'm from Germany.
I don't get it.
And Boston probably went through like a communist thing, I'm sure. So you get it.
Yeah,
But the way things are going here, you know,
never
maybe
know.
one day in the future.
Yeah.
maybe.
Aw, fingers crossed for you.
Then I'll be just like you guys.
Yeah. So my parents were like, yeah, we got to get out of here. And they started filing for refugee status. And Cleveland, like the Jewish community in Cleveland was like, okay, we'll take you in. But you can only come in with like a certain amount of money per person. And so we came in with like $600.
Wow. Wait, so your mom had to leave all her hard-earned money back
Yeah,
in
she
Russia?
bought my grandparents like a bunch of like farming equipment, and like
Wow.
I think she left some stuff with family friends. Her siblings were still there. My dad's sister was still there, so I mean they had like family. And they so the Jewish community in Cleveland was like, yeah, we'll put you through school.
Wow.
So that's why I went to a Jewish private school. We're not religious by any means, but my dad's side of the family was very Jewish. So like, you know.
So you could only bring $600 a person.
No, total.
Oh, total?
That's
yeah.
insane.
I might have the like exact number wrong, but it's
like,
low.
very little
It's
money.
low.
Yeah.
And they spoke no English. This is 1992, so there's no internet. There's no like cell phones. My parents didn't know anybody in America.
Wow.
We lived with a rabbi in like Cleveland Heights, which is like, you know, closer to downtown, for I don't know how long. And they put my parents like into jobs that suited them. So my dad moved boxes at night at a warehouse and was in class, I think during the day, to learn English. And then my mom has sewed her whole life. So they got her a job at like a tailor shop.
Wow.
And they like did that. We went to school, and then eventually they like saved up enough money. They got an apartment. Eventually they saved up enough money, bought a house, and now another house. And now my mom has a full house flipping business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like your parents are, I
Like
mean, we've met
truly-
your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have built a great life for themselves and you guys.
It's wild.
Imagine
wild.
doing that right now.
I can't.
Yeah,
It would be
right?
like moving to China, like
Yeah.
a country where you couldn't even pretend to speak the language with no internet
Yeah.
and no cell phones.
And they did that. I mean, in my case, 10 years younger than they
Right.
did that at your age.
30
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
3. I was 4. My brothers were 7 and 9.
That's insanity.
It's hard to have one kid. Like I can't
Yeah.
imagine. I cannot imagine having 3.
Do you think it made you more awkward?
I think we grew up very poor for a large chunk of time. And I didn't know that. I didn't know we were poor.
Right.
But I think looking back that's why I didn't have any friends. Because it was like thrift store clothes
Yeah.
and thrift store like
Yeah.
toys and all the things. And I also, so I'm like 4 years younger than the brother right above me, and then 6 years younger than my oldest brother. And like, so I didn't have anyone directly
model.
my age, like a buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So like they had each other, and then my cousin that we grew up with, who's essentially a brother to us, is right in between them age wise.
Oh.
So they were always together, and then I was like never allowed to play with them, which like is very sad.
Dumb boys.
I know, but so I was like alone with my imagination at all times.
That's why you became a comedian.
I mean,
Yeah.
truly, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I would just like read up in this like tree in our backyard, and like we had this like little like nook in the attic, and I made it
is
into like
Gilmore
a
Girls.
It is.
yeah, but like weird.
Yeah.
And then
24. Me
so I was at that school until 4th grade, and then the school goes to 8th grade. So my brother Alex was done. So we all left, and my parents bought a house in Bainbridge. And I went to Kenston High School. Shout out. I moved to this school, and it was very like not new girl. It was very Mean Girls-ish. And every table had like a clique. So there's like the most popular group, the second most popular group, and then like all the other like trickling down.
Yeah.
And so like I was slowly moving up the ranks.
Ooh.
And then I get invited to the joint birthday party of these 2 girls.
Wait, how old are we? How old
5th
are we
grade.
now? 5th grade.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys started early on the
Early,
clicks.
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
What were you like in 5th grade? Like, were you already wearing makeup? Like, what was the vibe?
No makeup. I remember the first time I shaved my legs because I sliced my shin open. So that was in like 6th grade.
Like when you cut out a piece of flesh.
But like a long slice of flesh. And
Not cool.
yeah, I was certainly not wearing makeup. I like didn't know what I was or like who I was. And then I met these girls. They invited me to their birthday party, and I was like, okay, here we go. And it was like a sleepover party. Ooh. And I remember doing like a bit, and it was getting a lot of laughs. And
What was the bit?
There was this big panda, and I was like pretend humping it or something, or like I was doing like something. I don't.
You're at the sleepover.
So it was like really cool, like very sexy.
Wait.
If you want to avoid boring, basic, and bland gifts this year, Uncommon Goods is your secret weapon. Uncommon Goods is here to make your holiday shopping stress-free by scouring the globe for the most remarkable and truly unique gifts for everyone on your list. Whether you're shopping for your secret Santa or your entire family, Uncommon Goods knows exactly what they want. Here are a couple of my favorite gifts that I found on the site. They have a murder mystery jigsaw puzzle, and my friend, who it's very hard to shop gifts for, is a big true crime and puzzle fan. So this year, I'm gonna have the best gift and win. It's not a competition, Alina. One of my other favorites is the traditional bread warming set. It lets you keep the bread warm when it comes out of the oven and before you serve it at the table. And I got that as a gift for myself. The cool thing is, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. These fine products are often made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. They have the most meaningful, out-of-the-ordinary gifts anywhere, From art and jewelry to kitchen, home, and bar, Uncommon Goods has something for everyone. Not the same lackluster gifts you could find just anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2.5 million to date. I know, I should have led with that. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/awkwardstage. That's uncommongoods.com/awkwardstage. That's AWKWARDSTAGE for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Wait, imagine being like, okay, I'm finally invited to the popular kids slumber party. What am I going to do to be popular? let me just hump this panda.
But I don't know how it
Did
came
you make
up.
a sound with it?
I don't remember. Or maybe I was just like, I was doing something with this panda.
Wait, can I ask what you were wearing to this party?
Probably something really cool.
Yeah.
Like a Lion King night dress.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the night
Remember
dresses.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like back when I wore clothes when I slept.
Ooh.
And
Sleeps naked.
I have to.
Which is really bad for natural disasters. I will
For
say
who?
it once.
Bad for who?
I'll say it once and I'll say it again.
Bad for who?
Okay, so
For
yeah.
you.
Okay, so yeah.
So you have
so
to run
yeah.
naked.
So
And?
let's think about this, Anastasia.
Yeah, go ahead.
The big one hits.
Uh-huh.
The big earthquake.
Yeah.
The streets are they're messed up.
Uh-huh.
You're climbing over mountains of cement to try to get to a
dead bodies.
sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
That's not the word for that. What is it?
Sanctuary's not wrong.
Like
Where?
a safe,
Yeah,
a safe
safe
zone,
place.
whatever. But you're butt naked.
And?
There's fire. You have no protection from the elements.
Let me riddle you this. There's fire and I'm not wearing flammable clothes. Boom.
Ooh.
There's
How flammable are your
there's
pajamas?
wind.
Read the labels. Read the labels.
She's winning me over with this
All I'm
naked
saying is-
argument.
In the case of a
You
natural
think I'm
disaster.
not grabbing the robe that I keep near me at all
Oh
times?
yeah, a rope.
On my way out?
That's really gonna help
Because
you.
if there's a big earthquake, I have natural disaster kits. Okay, I have one in our room and I have one in my son's room. So
get on that.
I am obviously going to grab that little backpack and my robe on my way out. Oh, also, an awkward phase. I got a haircut in 7th grade, and my mom's friend. I wanted the Rachel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
the like
Oh, yeah,
feathery.
yeah.
I wanted feathery
That only looks good on-
layers.
On Rachel.
Well, it
friends.
probably would have looked good on me if I would have gotten it. We'll never know. I asked for the Rachel. My mom was like, I have a friend who has license for hair and she will do this for you. And
Ooh,
she
red
will, and she's going to do it in the kitchen. And I'm like, great. And so I was like, I want layers framing my face. So she does layers where she took the top part of my hair and just cut. And then the next part and just cut around.
She did not have a license for hair.
No, she didn't. And then
wait.
so I ended up with a mullet.
Oh,
I will, oh man, I'm not going to Cleveland. I will try to find a photo
please.
and send it to you guys. I'll ask my mom. And
Wait, that's not how layers work.
no, it's not. It's not how haircuts work.
That
It's not how joy is made. I looked in the mirror and just started
Cried.
bawling my eyes
So you
out.
went from long hair to that?
I had long, beautiful hair. And I then had a mullet. And so then the bullying started.
Do you remember that feeling
Yes.
in your stomach
Yes.
of like
Dread.
having made the worst mistake and
Yes.
you can't reverse it and like you've never felt anything
And there's
like
nothing
that
you can
before?
do. There's nothing you can do. Extensions weren't a thing. This
What
is
did your
like,
mom say
This is like
about it?
1998.
Oh my
Like
God. No.
my mom was like, okay, okay. Here's what we do. And there's all these like crazy like Russian like hair masks that we did like
To do what?
3
To make
times a
it
week to make your hair
grow
grow back
faster?
fast. And it worked. I mean, my hair grew back by the next year. Luscious.
Well,
And I was so bullied 7th grade year.
Oh my
because of
god.
your hair.
Yeah, but it was like, you know, kids are stupid and
Yeah.
not creative. So like, they're just like, oh, you got a bad haircut? You're fat. Like, well, that doesn't go. And like, Also, I truly wasn't. Not that even if I was, I mean, who cares? But like, I was a normal sized person in seventh grade.
Like,
You
They're
got
like,
a bad haircut, you're fat.
you're fat. So they would call me like a cow because I got a bad haircut, and I'm like, you guys. And
toxic.
that was very bad. But then I made the cheer squad, and then they
Oh,
stopped.
you were a cheerleader?
Yeah.
Wait, Anastasia.
But it wasn't cool in my high school like it was like in movies.
Okay, so would you say the bad haircut phase was your most awkward phase then?
Do you need it to be?
No.
I have an
Is
experience.
it the photo that I know?
Yes.
Because I was just gonna ask you if we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. That
Okay.
can be my awkward face.
Okay, I have seen a photo of Anastasia as a teen, but like a little older.
I was
than-
19.
19. Okay, 19. That's perfect. Perfect. And
perfect.
it's like a lot. I just remember there was a lot of eyeliner.
A lot of eyeliner. I
Blonde,
really
like-
kept that business going.
Oh, I've
bright
seen that
blonde
photo.
hair,
Yeah.
And there is on your shoulder a rat.
Yes.
You had a rat on your shoulder, a pet rat.
Yeah, his name was Splinter.
Splinter.
Oh, gross.
Now that is what I want to talk about.
He was not my rat. He was the rat of my boyfriend at the time.
Oh, even better.
Okay.
Who, like, if you saw him, you'd be like, I bet that guy has a pet rat.
Yeah.
And listen, rats are lovely pets. They're very sweet.
Yeah.
That's
Aren't they
fine.
like very intelligent?
They're really smart. Yeah.
No, I don't believe any of that.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen, you're not gonna get a rat, and you don't need to.
And I certainly won't be dating someone with a rat.
So picture this, okay? I'm a cheerleader, and this is sophomore year of high school, and I would get picked up every day from my neighbor down the street. That year, this guy was starting school again. He had, like, I think gone to our school and then maybe left, or I don't know, whatever, and it was coming back. And he was friends with the guy who lived down the street from me. Mm-hmm. So the guy who lived down the street, Theo, was like, I'm going to pick you up, and we're going to pick up my friend on the way.
Is this a meet cute?
And I'm in my like cheer uniform. And the guy we picked up is like black hair, black skinny jeans, like studded belt, like band shirt probably.
Green Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like the lead singer of Green Day.
Yeah.
He used to really love when people would tell him that. And
sure.
and that's how I met him. And so we were like, complete opposites.
Yes.
And then I really like morphed myself to be
leaned into it.
Yeah, to be that.
Yeah.
So I'd go to all his like punk rock shows.
He was your Travis Barker.
Yeah, I was not Kourtney Kardashian. But I really like leaned into that, and we dated for 6 years on and off.
So did you become more emo? Like, did you?
Oh,
do-
yes.
Okay,
So it was
how?
like the music in my car was like all like anything that like sounded like this. And I mean, listen, I got my belly button pierced when I was 14. I got my tongue pierced when I was 16.
Ouchie wawa.
And I got my lip pierced twice. So it's like two right next to each other.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool now.
It was
Like,
cool then.
It looks cool that you have the scars. From
Yeah,
the
they won't go away.
piercings.
And so I like did a lot of that, you know what I mean? And I went to hair school. So I was like messing around with my hair a lot, and I was like bleaching it to high heaven so that it was like, it was dust particles. You would just blow on it and it would evaporate.
After all that work that you did with those Russian,
I know,
What are they
but I, layers?
no, the
The hair mask.
the masks.
Oh, I know. But I was in that stage where I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I had my hair in a faux hawk at one point, so it was like shaved on the sides and it was like long on top.
That was very in.
Yes. And red lipstick.
That's like pink.
Lip rings.
Yeah.
A lot of black eyeliner.
Yeah.
Not like authentically punk rock, you know? I just really like wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted to seem that way, which I think is the most awkward.
Yes.
Because it's like at 19, I think a lot of people probably don't know who they are, but at least like have an idea. And
Yeah.
I really wanted to like be someone that I think I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like now knowing you, I could never imagine you like swinging back that way.
It just like I would go to all the shows and I was like the girlfriend and I would like work the merch booth.
Yeah.
And like I like liked PBR, but like I actually liked it.
Okay.
Like I really liked it.
Because
okay?
you weren't like other girls.
No, I wasn't like other girls. I really like Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
She drinks beer.
I think it
She's
tastes
chill.
good.
Ew.
And like, you know,
No, now we have wine and tumblers and walk around your neighborhood with your child.
right. Right. Oh my God, I never drank wine then too, which is so crazy because I really live on it.
Yep, same.
I know you've really evolved.
But you know what I think that was moving out to California. So first of all, that relationship was very toxic. He is very toxic. It's
Yes.
why I'm not saying his name. I don't
Yeah.
even want to give him credit.
Toxic piece of shit.
He's just toxic, and it was bad for me. I didn't know who I was. I wanted to fit in somewhere so
Yeah.
bad.
Don't we all?
Yeah. And like, you know, 7th grade, I was called fat for a year. So I've had, because of my haircut. So I had like really bad like body image issues, and he would use that against me and like all that stuff. So I was like trapped in this relationship. And then I moved with him to Michigan. And we lived in Detroit for a summer. And then, and
Wait, why?
he was going to start a record label. It didn't do well.
Of course. I'm so glad you didn't end up there with him.
I
so
was
glad
there.
You left.
I was there with him. And then, so basically we would like date, and then he would break up with me for whatever reason and like fuck around. And every time he would break up with me, I would be like, you know what? I'm focusing too much on him. I need to do something for me. And so like this last time that he had broken up with me, I was 20. And I was like, I'm auditioning for acting schools. I'm doing it. I'm going to audition for acting schools. And so I set up auditions for Juilliard. I didn't get in. And this acting school that I went to. And then I like sort of forgot about it. And then we got back together. We moved to Detroit. And then my mom calls me and she's like, hey, a package came for you from the academy. And I was like, okay. And it was like a big like welcome package. So I had gotten in. And this was June, end of June.
You were back together.
We were back together. We were living in Detroit. And it was like end of June, early July or something. And I had to move to LA like August, end of August. So I was like, okay. And then moving away and like getting to sort of like come into my own without any outside influences because nobody knew me here.
Yeah.
I think was very...
That was probably the most important decision of your entire life.
100%.
Yeah.
The night before I left, he got very drunk and he was like, please stay and marry me.
No.
And I was like, I can't. And I was like crying.
Were you trying to do like a long distance thing?
Yeah, we tried, except for I was like, this is when Facebook was still used. And I was like in a relationship on Facebook and he wasn't. But just to like prove to him how committed I was, which is so insane.
Anastasia, acting saved you.
Moving to California. Yes, for sure. I mean, I would have just like been there. Probably, I'm sure we would have been like already broken up.
Yeah.
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 And it's just very crazy to like stop trying to like force yourself into a wedge, like into something. And you're just like, oh no, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And now the people I'm friends with
Match that.
instead of
Right.
me trying to match the people I'm around.
If you had to give yourself, your younger self, a piece of advice, your younger self in any of your awkward stages, what would that piece of advice be?
Well, it would absolutely be to just fully be yourself, which is like a lame way to put it, but like whatever that means.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you will always find people that are like you
Yeah.
or that like who you are. I was so focused on like fitting in or like being cool in whatever stage that meant that like I was never myself. So I was never fully relaxed. Like I didn't realize until I moved to LA how much of like a doormat I was to so many people in my life because I just wanted to like be liked.
Yeah, just trying to be what you think you would need to be to make that relationship work.
Yes,
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah.
So like even if they were like mean to me, I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
which like makes
That's
no
great
sense.
advice.
That's advice that's good for the rest of your life, because I feel
Yeah.
like some people never get to that point where they just go for it and they're just
No, and
they
it's
just
like
trust that
it's exhausting
there's
to
people
try to
out
be
there.
cool.
It's so exhausting.
Yeah, I'm tired all the time.
But you don't have to try.
Well, you don't even.
effortlessly
You
cool.
are very cool.
Hey, I don't know if you saw my new bangs.
I know a great person in Ohio
Yeah.
with a Russian accent.
Okay,
can
where
cut your
can
hair.
everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Anastasia Narinskiy. It's hard to spell.
And follow us on Instagram at Awkward Stage Pod and DM us your awkward stories so we can read them on the podcast.
Yes, and don't forget to tell all your friends about our podcast and subscribe and like, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.